He doesn't talk. He just kills you softly. No viral meltdowns, no Twitter battles or SportsCenter theatrics, just silence and buckets. He floats past defenders like they're caught in slow motion. He lives in the lane, delivering heartbreak with every hesitation move. And if you're not from Hamilton, Ontario, you probably didn't see him coming, but you see him now. Because every time he touches the ball, grown men buckle. He's turned a rebuilding franchise into a juggernaut. He's locked in a personal chess match with a Serbian giant named Nikola Jokic for MVP supremacy. And the most shocking part? He barely says a word. This is the story of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the quiet Canadian who redefined what it means to dominate in the NBA. It's not Toronto, not Vancouver, not even a big US basketball hotbed. It's Hamilton, Ontario, an industrial city known for steel factories and blue-collar grit. Winters here get brutally cold. Hockey rules the culture, but tucked in a modest neighborhood, there was a boy with wiry arms and an unshakable focus. A boy who didn't talk much, but who listened to everything. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was raised by parents who believed in discipline and self-improvement. His mother, Charmaine, was a track star, chasing finish lines like they were her destiny. His father, Vaughn, trained athletes with near-military rigor. From the jump, Shai's childhood was about learning to outwork everyone else. He wasn't the fastest kid, he wasn't the most explosive leper, but he had one weapon most teenagers never master: patience. While other kids posted highlight reels on social media, Shai was studying angles. Instead of hunting for showy dunks, he practiced variations on the same hesitation move, again and again, until defenders looked lost in real time. In a city overshadowed by Toronto's flashy AAU scene, Shai was nearly invisible. He wasn't on ESPN's radar, nor on the covers of basketball magazines. But in the silent corners of small gyms, a quiet storm was gathering. He wasn't telling anyone. He was simply showing it. In 2015, Shai left the familiar chill of Hamilton for Hamilton Heights Christian Academy in Chattanooga. Why leave Canada? Because he'd outgrown the local circuit. He knew if he wanted to face the future lottery picks, where iron truly sharpens iron, he'd have to relocate. At first, it was culture shock. New country, new system, new competition level. But Shai didn't panic. He studied. He evolved. His stats, 18 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, didn't blow up social media, but coaches and scouts started noticing how he controlled games. He'd slow the pace, wait for defenders to overcommit, then glide into the lane like a ghost. That performance earned him a scholarship offer from Florida, which felt like a dream, until Kentucky called. For a kid dreaming big, you don't say no to Coach Calipari. Even if you're their plan C, Kentucky was a pipeline to the NBA. He was about to step onto the biggest college stage in America, overshadowed by 5-star recruits. Could the quiet kid from Hamilton handle the pressure of Rupp Arena? Nobody really knew, except Shai himself. When Shai arrived at Kentucky, he wasn't headlining the recruiting class. There were flashier guards, ones with bigger hype and bigger name recognition. He began the season on the bench, barely a blip on mainstream radars. But something happened behind closed doors. In practices, he ran the offense with uncanny poise. In scrimmages, he locked down top recruits on defense. In film sessions, he asked questions that only a basketball savant would. Coach Calipari initially saw him as a role player, but by mid-season, he couldn't ignore the efficiency, leadership, and cool-headedness Shai brought to the court. Imagine being a plan C in a basketball factory known for pumping out top 10 NBA draft picks. Shai could have shrunk under the bright lights or let bitterness eat at him. Instead, he let that underestimation fuel him. Soon, Shai was dropping 30-point performances, dissecting defenders with pick-and-roll wizardry, and locking down the perimeter on the other end. Kentucky fans started calling him the quiet killer. The media began murmuring, maybe he's the best guard in this class. He declared for the draft, not with a bang, but with a calm conviction that his time had come. On draft night 2018, he went 11th overall, selected by the Hornets, then immediately traded to the Clippers. A blink-and-you'll-miss-it moment in a swirl of DeAndre Ayton and Trae Young coverage. He was overshadowed again, but that was about to change. Shai started 73 games for the Clippers. He averaged 10.8 points, offered glimpses of that calm brilliance, and caught the eye of NBA enthusiasts who saw something special. He was overshadowed by the star pursuits of the franchise, but he was building a foundation. Then came the summer of 2019. Kawhi Leonard chose the Clippers, but only if they landed Paul George too. Cue the blockbuster trade. The Clippers sent a treasure trove of picks and a promising rookie guard to Oklahoma City. That promising rookie guard? Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. To many, he was just a throw-in, an expendable piece in a bigger puzzle to form LA's new super team. But for Shai, it was a defining moment, another pivot point where he could have vanished into obscurity. Instead, he transformed. He arrives in OKC, a franchise reeling from the departures of Westbrook and George. Everyone expects a rebuild, a few losing seasons, and a quiet existence near the bottom of the standings. But Shai takes it personally, like the league calling him disposable. No heated press statements, no social media rants. Just more hours in the gym, more angles studied, more footwork perfected. Under the mentorship of Chris Paul in that first Thunder season, Shai learned the finer points of controlling pace, reading defensive rotations, and becoming a true leader. He went from a decent rookie to a 19 points per game scorer in his sophomore campaign, then 23.7 the next, then 24.5. With each season, the league started to realize this quiet kid from Hamilton is unstoppable once he gets going. Fast forward to the 2024-25 season, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is leading a Thunder team that refuses to be labeled a rebuilding project. They're 63-12, battling the Denver Nuggets for the best record in the league. And Shai, he's averaging 32.9 points, 6.3 assists, 5.1 rebounds, 1.7 steals, and a block per game. He's not out jumping you or blowing past you at hyperspeed. He's dissecting you, sliding into the lane with smooth footwork, leaning into a mid-range fade, or launching a dagger three. Nikola Jokic stands on the other side of the MVP debate, brandishing near triple-double averages. Three-time MVP, genius-level passing, quiet dominance of his own. They're both silent assassins, more methodical than flashy, more cunning than brash. When the Nuggets and Thunder clash, it's like two grandmasters playing chess at breakneck speed. In this MVP race, there's no trash talk, no media feuds, just skill versus skill, mind versus mind. Every game is a statement. One night, Shai drops 40 with ease. The next, Jokic tallies a 35-point triple-double. The question looming over the basketball world, who will the league crown as the new face? Shai, with his quiet, calculating brilliance, or Jokic, the unstoppable big with an otherworldly feel for the game? Stat sheets and highlight reels can't fully capture Shai's impact. It's in the tempo he sets, the confidence he instills in younger teammates like Jalen Williams, Cason Wallace, and yes, even a developing Chet Holmgren. When Shai's on the floor, everyone else moves with a sense of calm, as if they can trust that he'll find them if they cut at the right moment. Some superstars lead with vocal fire, others with theatrics and bravado. Shai leads by example. He rarely complains about calls, rarely forces a shot, and that unruffled demeanor spreads to his teammates. Late in games, the Thunder don't seem rushed. They trust Shai to read the defense, exploit a mismatch, or bury that dagger jumper when it counts. In a league obsessed with highlight culture, windmill dunks, deep logo threes, and TikTok-friendly crossovers, Shai's brand of basketball is more subtle, surgical, and cunning. He doesn't need to make you jump out of your seat with a monstrous slam. He'll just make your ankles crumble under a perfectly timed hesitation, then quietly lay it in. That's a throwback to older eras, to guys like Tony Parker or Manu Ginobili, but ramped up to all NBA levels with a modern spin. He never was the top recruit, never was the social media phenomenon. He was overshadowed at every stage, in Hamilton, in Kentucky, in LA, and yet, every season he's shattered expectations, forging a story of self-made greatness. And now, in 2025, the whole world finally sees. Sometimes, the quietest storm does the most damage. Was he ever meant to be just a footnote? The answer is written on every scoreboard he's flipped, every defender he's left stunned, and every moment he's rewritten the notion of what a star should be. He doesn't need the noise. He is the noise. And the NBA will never be silent again.